Yeah, okay, I think I'm happy. I think I'm happy. This was the back was what I was going to try out, and that looks really nice. Exactly what I was going for. Okay then, well, let's try if I can remember Christina's super awesome tips and see if I can bring these two pieces into Blender and turn it into a nice render. Let's see if we can make it happen. So save first of all. My goodness. So I shouldn't rush into updating those, right? I'm thinking. Oh, let's do the UVs first. I totally forgot about the UVs. See if that is something that my brain can comprehend. No. I wonder if there's a way to set these up. Oh yeah, there is, isn't there? Fit into the 0 to 1 space. Fit all and fine. And now I can go and grab these out one by one. So one can be the top. It's like a bit of a game, isn't it? Like a little mini game. At least I know what parts belong to the top, I think. This also belongs to the top. And then this is also top. And that. And this as well, actually. Perfect. And then for the trousers, this is all on the shorts down here. This is all that. Perfect. Okay. And then those are the buttons. Well, do I really have to do this manually? Isn't there a better way to do this? Is it even worth having them all on a different UV tile? I suppose so. Okay, I'm just thinking, is it possible I just go and move these so I can select them as one group? As one group, all of you. Fit. Yeah, I see, right. So we go and we just select those and move those away. Then we go select these. This is the trick, isn't it? Fit into 0 to 1. That's cool. And now, since they're all selected, I can now move all of these over to their separate tile, I guess, or move them around just out of the way so that I know these fit into a tile. And then I can do the same with this. I'm going to fit this into 0 to 1. Alrighty. They go here, and then all of those, we can try and make them fit into here. It's not well packed, I must say. But it's fine for the purpose of this demonstration. I think we're okay. So we've got the buttons. I might move the buttons into the shirt section because they're more like a shirt thing. Can make that a bit bigger. All right. Okay then. Calm, collected. Bake textures. We want all tiles, I suppose. And I'll be okay with 2048 here. And we'll go and put that into... Oh, there's another MD test folder. I might actually just go and put that into my Marvelous directory, into Marvelous projects, into the Puffy shirt, and I'll go and give that some materials. Puffy shirt. And opacity we don't have. Roughness, normal, metal map we actually have, and diffuse. Good, and I don't think we have opacity, so boom. Bake textures, have coffee, be happy. How bizarre that a graphics card driver update messes with how you can use right mouse clicks. That's just bizarre. So maps are done. Let's go close this out and see what we can do with our patterns here. I'll go export these as two separate things. So this one, export obj selected, I suppose. Oh, okay. Well, that narrows the issue down, Christina. That is really good to know. So I will try that as well. And right click is also one. But what I don't understand then, and this is where I'm thinking, are we observing things that can't really be possible? Why does it work for me in Marvelous Designer 9 and only 10 is affected? That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. You'd imagine it's the same, it's whatever thing they're hooking in. Why is one version working and one isn't? Does that make sense? Do you know? That is something I can't quite comprehend. I'll put this also in my Marvelous directory, so it keeps everything together in this project. Puffy shirt. And this I'm gonna call this one maybe the OBJs. And this I'll call the Puffy shirt. And now comes the exciting export dialog. Only few comprehend. So I need this. I'd like for this to be a single object. I'd like for this to be welded. I'd like for this to be thin, I suppose, because thickness that exports not two-dimensional planes, that actually exports flat cubes. And that might just complicate the issue in Blender a lot. I want the unified UV coordinates, but I don't think I need the diffuse or the normal map because I've got my own maps, which are much better. Scale, now this is an interesting one. I don't know what my Blender is set up to be. I don't think it is set up to be anything. I think it's just unitless. So any recommendations? What I should export this as? I could just use it like I did before, just use centimeters for Dash Studio. And just use 1, that's a good idea, let's do that. 1%, then yeah, that's a good idea, let's do that. And absolute textures, I suppose that's fine. 1%, that's a good idea, Christina. And Dash, cool. Great minds think alike, my friends, very good. Boom. That is the shirt. Let's also export the shorts. Export OBJ selected shorts. And you'd imagine everything is the same. Thank you for not remembering my choices here, Marvelous Designer. Totally appreciate that. 1% and dash. Single, well, thin. Okay. The fun part is finished. The agonizing part is about to begin. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's practice makes everything. I need to download this utility that you told me about, which is called the bulk rename utility. That's the one. Free file renaming software. Free download. And I suppose we're looking forward to the fact that this is not going to be necessary for that much longer, I suppose, if the Discord message is anything to go by the Marvelous Designer folks. That's really nice. Let's go set this up. Woohoo! Because it's free, Rod, or because... It's free. Let's grab it. Bulk rename utility. Oh, hang on. Install Windows Explorer extension. Yes. Install samples. I don't know about samples. Samples? What samples? I don't think we need samples. Explorer extension I can imagine, but samples? I don't think samples. No samples. Install. Yes, bulk rename utility.co.uk. And run the man. And we're doing this because Marvelous Designer exports maps with square brackets. So in my, where is it, Puffy shirt, under materials, I see these things here. Brackets diffuse, brackets metalness, brackets normal, and it upsets the Node Wrangler. So we need to take the brackets out, just remove them in bulk. And they've promised, the Clo team have promised that in the next patch for Marvelous Designer 10, this is going to be history. They're going to remove the square brackets, because I suppose maybe they have, they've got something along the lines of complaints. I don't know. Oh, right, I see. I can do that. That is very cool. So we just go right click and then go and select. Where might it be hiding? Bulk rename here. Oh yes, that's where we want to do that. Bulk rename here. And we want to remove any of the characters here, I suppose, which are this and that. Remove 5 indeed. This gives you a little preview. That is so cool. Brackets diffuse becomes brackets diffuse without things. That is just so cool. Free utility. $1,000 if you're a business, but if you're not, it's free. Well, it's $100, I think. That is very cool. Free for personal use, non-commercial home use. For use in a commercial environment, get a license. That's cool. But they also accept donations. So if you want to give them $10 or $20, you can do that. Rename. 1 file are about to be processed. Please double check that the file. I'm good. Thanks. Perfect. Niceness. It's only done one thing. Should have selected more. Oh, did I? Silly me. Let me try it again. I need all the practice I can get. Bulk rename here. They're all selected, right? Are they all selected? Let's go rename. 7 are about to, yes, let's do that. Perfect. Awesome. No more square brackets. Ha ha ha, very nice. What a lovely find, Christina. Oh, I did deselect them, I didn't know. Okay, gotta brace myself. The Blender and I are not on the best of terms anymore. The Blender thinks I don't like him, even though I do like him. Blender always thinks, no, Jay, you can't rotate that thing that you wanted to rotate. And I'm thinking, but Blender. R followed by an axis followed by a mouse input used to work. It doesn't anymore, Jay. I'm sorry. And I ask why, and the Blender says, I'm not telling you that. Which is such a shame. Didn't I have, yeah, OneDrive is here, that's perfect. So OneDrive, Marvelous Projects, which I might actually go and put on here as well. That's good. There's the Puffy shirt. There's the OBJs, and I'll try the Puffy shirt first. And am I correct in assuming I don't need to do anything with this here now? That's all good, isn't it? Keep vertex order perhaps. We don't want to split anything. Maybe just keep the vertex order. Is that good? I think. Oh, right. Yes, thank you for letting me know. Gotcha. I'll just try this, see what happens. I don't even know what polygroups are. Puffy shirt. Oh, different keys to do things with now, with all the crinkles intact. Even the buttons are here. That's cool. Okay, this is where it gets seriously tricky now. Go to the shading tab. Make sure you select the puffy shirt. And I think, is it control space? Yes, that makes all this like much larger. Thank you. I have split that out into small articles. I'm just waiting to put some screenshots together. So, haha. So now, I think the Node Wrangler is still applied. I think I select the BSDF shader and hit Control-Shift space. Nah, that did not work. What a shame. Is it even activated? Let's see if it actually is activated. Maybe I can't do it in full screen view. That would also be one of those things. Is it active? Node Wrangler. It's active. Woo! All right. Node Wrangler. Go on. Oh, I remember we tweaked this last time. Let me go and just remove the square bracketed things, and I think also the underscore. I think it didn't mind the underscore. I'll go take the square brackets away, because this is something we tried last time. Is the case sensitivity necessary? Is it does it know perhaps without our amendments? I wonder if there's a thing that gives it that. All right. Not anymore. Okay. So I might as well then just delete the whole thing, diffuse, because it already knows about diffuse lowercase. I might just do that. And it knows about metalness as well and roughness. So I might do that, because those things, I remember adding them last time myself. So I might just go do this and see what happens. Ugh. I'm old school. I'm going to save preferences manually. Control-Shift-T, that was it. So Control-Shift-T. Oh, hang on. Did I even... Was this selected? I don't know. Control-Shift-T. There we go. It's Marvelous Projects. It's Puffy shirt. Materials. And this is the shirt. So we're going to go select this one. Control, select the next one. And the next one. And the next one. And then say Principal Texture Setup. Oh my! Look at its thing! It's done all that. That's just fabulous, isn't it? Dark magic, Christina. Bulk rename utility.co.uk. That's the one. Right, exactly. Yes, I remember. I watched that video, Christina. That is very cool. So now, all I need to do is first of all be on here, and this is the material that I have set up. I might just go and rename that into shirt. This is why I keep misspelling it, because I keep hitting the O keys. Shirt, mat. And none of these I really need. Unless, I suppose, if I were to release this as a product, I would probably go and still leave some of the zones intact. So I probably wouldn't say left sleeve, right sleeve. I would have one group that's sleeves. I would have one group that's buttons. I'd have one group that's, you know, the rest of the thing. So I'd probably do that still, just because that's, and I would name them as well. Mat 1 isn't doing anyone a favor, I don't think. Certainly some metallicity on here. I'm not seeing much of the stitching, so the stitching looks pretty not so good. That might be because I had exported the maps in kind of a bizarre way. I should have maybe scaled up the stitches more. I think in my Marvelous Designer project in the UV editor, I think they don't really, yeah, they get literally no attention here. I should have really scaled them up much bigger. So that's entirely my fault. But that's cool. We can try that later. Or we can try that next time. Right, yes. Yes, and thank you so much for explaining that in the video, Christina. That was extremely helpful. That was extremely helpful. I really like that. So that's something for another day. Just go size up the buttons. They don't have to be massive. They don't have to have their own tile or whatnot, but they have to be a little bit bigger. Because I think it does, if I understand it correctly, all the things that I've just deleted there, that was literally a material zone for every single pattern that I had, right? So literally this would be one material zone, and then this would be one material zone, and this one, and that one. So that's why there's so many. And we could just go and group them together. I could just go and select the pieces that I need, or highlight the linked pieces and then create my own pieces there, if this was for distribution, which, you know, it's not. Yeah, so stitch geometry. It doesn't look smashing, but that's okay. Let's set up a little render for this. Timeline, I don't really need you. Thanks, timeline. You've been great. So maybe a camera first. Also, maybe this is kind of more like a portrait render, or like a square one, perhaps. Portrait is probably okay. So we'll go with that maybe. And since we also want to see the shorts in a moment, we're going to go place that somewhere here. And go take a light. Inquire as to where it is. Light. Where out there? There we are. And the light, I think maybe I'll make that an area light. I find it difficult switching between one set of 3D navigational controls and another. I find that a bit difficult. One day I will just save myself a light rig in Blender, and then I just import that into a scene and be done with it, like normal people do. Those who aren't me. So make it bigger, 1 meter by 1 meter, and yeah, that's it. 1000 is good. I don't know, Christina. I don't really know. It's yeah, I don't really know how that works. Might be. I mean, there's a better way to do stitches just as on the texture. You know, we don't have to make them. We don't have to export them as geometry. I might examine the maps. So I've only Travis said it was geometry. So we can do it with and without, and we can compare geometry maybe. EV also good. Could try cycles. Could try GPU. Render kernels, did you see? It was only there for half a second. So maybe go easy on the light, huh? And we don't have a HDRI in the scene either. But not bad. I still can't see any... Oh, I can't see detail. Now that I zoom in, I can just about make out detail here on the side. So it certainly is the maps. That is good. Yeah, I don't really know if this is geometry. Let's have a look, actually. Let's have a look at it and see if it is geometry. Christina, let's do that. Yeah, see, I don't think it is geometry. I don't see that. That's not geometry. Is it? Maybe it is. Because that's just an edge, isn't it? It's not geometry. I don't think so. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to keep you, Christina. How do you do that again, that you do a line select? Was it Alt click? There's something that you can just select this whole ring select. How do I do that? Like this maybe? Oh, that does that. That's cool. Does it do this as well? No, it doesn't do that at all. There's some way to just select the whole ring. Yeah, Alt click. On my system it doesn't work, Christina. I swear to you, Alt click. Maybe it's not a complete loop. I don't know. I'll try it down here. Alt select. Yeah, also it does it on the bottom. Yeah, so buttons are geometry, but the stitches are not geometry. So that's good to know. We've learned something new today. And they look so mediocre because I suppose they were so small on the UV map. Yeah, so they probably look better if I just export them as larger things, I would imagine. Even though this, they look kind of convincing. I'll export them larger next time. Let's bring in the shorts. And do the same thing again. Import shorts. There they are. Control Shift T. This is exciting. And Control select these. Do that. Relative paths. Don't know. Maybe it wasn't so much an error message as just a friendly reminder. So this then is the shorts, and these I can all delete. And now we have shorts. I'll try again, Christina, no worries. Shorts with texture. So that's actually the... I can see a seam here. I don't know what that is. I was not aware that we added that. I don't know where that comes from. I have no idea. It looks almost like the beginnings of a pocket here, which is nice. I just didn't know we made that. Isn't that interesting? It looks just like a pocket. Who put a pocket on the shorts? That wasn't me. I also wasn't aware that there's a thing in here. Anyway. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, there's other exciting things on the back here. Maybe it's not exactly a tileable texture. That could also be. Don't know. Oh well. I will save the file. And put that into my Marvelous Projects thing. Into Puffy shirt. I'll even make a new folder. Call it Blend Files. And I'll call this Puffy shirt. There. Haha. It does look weird, doesn't it? Yeah, I could have a look at the maps. I have a feeling it's just the textures. Because it's almost like they wanted to put pockets on here. I don't know why we have two seams here, so it's got to be a texture thing. Yeah, that's got to be the map. That's the material. Bizarre stuff. Let's have a quick look at it, just out of curiosity. Yes, I think the denim raw material, I think that's what I used. Oh no, I know what it is. Like, well, I have a feeling what it might be. I didn't really take care of spreading them out in Marvelous Designer. All the pieces were on top of one another. It could well be that that has affected that. I didn't split them out. I just realized that they're all on the same tile, but they're stacked, so they're not split out. Oh, that okay. I could do that. Let me have a look at the thing first here. Where was that again? Marvelous Projects. Puffy shirt. Materials. Yeah, so there is something. There's something on here. I don't know what that is. Oops. Oh man. Various apps with various shortcuts. Let me try the UV editor. That might be cool. I've overlapped the UVs, right. See, this is where Blender just gets from casually kind of okayish to mega scary in the 4 seconds. Oh, that's not it. UV editing. Yikes. Okay. That's interesting. How am I going to go separate those out? Could go maybe select link. No, that's not going to work. I think I have to fix that in... I have a feeling it might be easier to fix that in Marvelous Designer, because can I really extract geometry from this? It'd be a very careful selection process. Because L just does this. Because everything is linked. Of course I did! Of course I did! Abort! Abort! Yes, I think that's an ND job. Hey! Unweld, but isn't unweld then bad for? So the reason why I'm a fan slash big believer of welding is when you bring something into DAZ Studio, an unwelded thing, and you apply D-force to it, all the pieces will fall apart and onto the ground. So I think for that reason it has to be welded in order for to do D-force a favor. That's just kind of thinking ahead. It doesn't necessarily mean we want to use this with D-force, but I think D-force doesn't like unwelded things. This does a pretty terrible job at packing things, doesn't it? Pretty terrible. Better than before, unoverlapped. Oh, you weld them in Blender. Ah, so you leave them unwelded on export, and then before you export from Blender, after you do all the remeshing and stuff, then you do the welding. Oh, of course. Your advantage is, of course, you know how to do these things. So let me go try to... I suppose I have to export the OBJ for the shorts again as well, right? Because otherwise it wouldn't have the corrected UVs on there. I have to export the maps and the shorts again. I might as well export both, because we can also, while we're doing things in the UV editor, we could also just give the buttons here a little bit of a bit more resolution, I'm thinking. Let's see if Marvelous Designer can help us out here. If I go move this out and away, and I just go put these in here and say fit to here. There. Get their own map. They're gonna be so happy. And then I go put all this kind of into here, I suppose. There. So I'll go export everything again, and then I'll reset everything up again. I think that's a nice little exercise. Simulation. Start with the shorts. Ah, yeah, of course, they disappear. Welding in Blender. This is my next thing I'll explore. Puffy. No, these are the shorts, aren't they? So shorts version 2. And I might just go with unweld now, because that'll be groovy. That's that. Now we do the shirt. Right, okay. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that either. So much to learn. It's just like what Rod said. The more you know, the less you know. Oh no, I said that. Rod said something along those lines. Puffy shirt V2. Now with improved buttons and stuff. Also now unwelded. Also now at 1%. And then of course we need more maps. More better maps. UV editor. Bake them all them textures, man. They'll get their own directory as well. Materials version 2. Aha. Puffy shirt. And all tiles, boom. The more you know, right? Yes, please, Christina, that'd be really nice. Even if it's a rough thing while you're working on a project, if it's not an NDA project, I'm happy to pick these tips up. This is really, this is good for me. Just and like I said last time, doing this over and over and over again. So I'll go get rid of this and the shorts. And we'll bring both of these things in again. Import wavefront OBJ. Puffy shirt version 2. Geometry. See, Blender is nice. It remembers what I selected. Marvel's designer, no, you gotta keep selecting this over and over again. Dang, brother. Shorts version 2. All right. There they are. Okie doke. Into the shading tab. Start with the shirt. And in fact, also just remove all of these. With that selected, Control Shift. No, bulk rename utility. Did I split by groups? Did I split by groups? No. Was that good? Was that bad? Should I have split by groups? We haven't done anything yet. I can just import it again and do split by groups. I don't even know what it does, Christina. But bulk, I'll bulk rename while you let me know. Should I have split this by groups? Materials V2, select them all, right click, it says faster the wind, bulk rename here. But no. All of these, bulk rename here. There we go. And remove rename 12 files. Yes, awesome. Thank you, bulk renaming utility. Well, Christina, I might do that as well then. If you say it's a good idea, I totally trust you. Mr. Monk would say you'd thank me later. I totally agree with that too. Polygroup splittage, Puffy shirt version 2. And shorts version 2. Also split by polygroups. Alrighty. And with this selected, let's just go get rid of all these materials. These are the shorts now. Shorts matte probably V2. With this selected, Control Shift T, and we head over to the matte V2 folder. Now we have oh, that's exciting, isn't it? Good thing I used the shorts first. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Boom. Right. Yeah, so like in my case, actually the buttons, that's a very clever idea. The buttons, we might want to consider turning the buttons into its own separate object now. That is not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. Before we set up the other thing, I'm really interested to see if the whole seams process has improved now. And if there's any more, I don't think there's any more issues here. Yeah, so we don't have automatic pockets here drawn on anymore. We do have kind of heavy brown things here. I don't know what they are. Maybe that's actually a material that is being set up now with the stitches or not. I really don't know. I have no idea. But at least the kind of drawn on pockets have gone away. So that's good to know. Oh, was it? I like the music, I must say. That's very nice. Alrighty, let's try to do this with that. Yes, the buttons. They're on their own separate map, so I wonder if we have a special button material group here. We probably have one for every button, I wonder. Really? That's pathetic. Why are the buttons and this bit one group? What has that got to do with that group? That's terrible. I'll create my own material group just for the buttons. I'll see if that works. Because that's just the buttons, right? I'd imagine. But then also, what else is in here? Let's have a look. Let's have a look. So unselect and go select this. That's the back part. Why? Why is that everything? Is it? Oh no, that was me. Sorry, that was me. Sorry, it was me. That's that, okay. That's that. You can really go to town creating material zones here. That's really nice. Right, okay. Yeah, so the only thing I don't understand... Oh, okay, keeps the selection and adds. But what okay, let me try this again. But if I select this, it definitely selects the buttons and the last piece of the thing, which is weird. Well, I'll go get rid of all of them. Sorry. Move material slot in editor. Sorry. And I'll make this basically everything except for the buttons. So I'll go and create... Yeah, that's everything. Cool. Let's see if I can make that happen. I'll make a new material zone. I'll call this buttons. And this one is just the shirt. That is a bit weird, isn't it? So in edit mode, I'll just go select just the buttons. And then I go into here and I say assign. Is that right? Is that how it works? Deselect everything, select that, and it's the buttons. Perfect. Groovy. Deselect everything, select the shirt and say select, and that is everything but the buttons. That's a good name for a band. Everything but the buttons. I like it. Let's set up the shirt first. Control Shift T. Select shirt pieces. Do that. Shirt is good. Select buttons. Do that. Do that. Control Shift T. Select all of that. Do that. This is good, isn't it, Christina? I'm surprised. It kind of works. I'm grasping the concepts and everything. It's just, I'm pleased. I'm chuffed. There's, you know, method behind the madness, and the buttons are shiny. Even though we don't have a HDRI, they still appear shiny, so that's good. Stitches, not a fan at all. So I have to investigate why that is so rubbish. But in principle, I'm very pleased. It's a renderable image. Takes a bit of faffing to get there, but I think I grasped the concepts, Christina. I think, you know, thank you, thank you. That is good to know. That's good to know, that is good to know. Huh. Very good. Well, it's been almost 3 hours. Can you believe it? This time just flies, doesn't it? I know you have to go back to work. Brian, are you still here? If you're still here, I just wanted to show you this resizing thing quickly, because that is seriously cool. I think I just want to quickly do that. We could also do that tomorrow. We could do that tomorrow. We might as well do that tomorrow. This is nice. I might try turning this into a little turntable animation, like I'm kind of used to it from the, what's it called, from Clo. You're still here? Perfect. Maybe we'll do it tonight. If you have another 15 minutes, let's do it. I know Christina needs to go back to work. I don't want to keep you, but I also know that you want to stay here, so it's a tough one. You got to go. Okay, no worries. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for dropping by. Appreciate that. Oh, okay. Default stitches are too wide. Okay, well, that's another puzzle we can look into. Wow. It's fashion from tomorrow. Yeah, I bet I have to. There was just something odd. I did make it work, so it's a shame that it doesn't work while I'm showing you this. I thought, you know, this might come in handy. Eventually we'll figure it out. Yeah, but not like that. The captain! Very good to see you. I must disappoint because I am already on my way out. Basically, hello, I must be going, that sort of thing. Thank you so much for dropping by, everyone. It was a nice session. I think we shall carry on and see what else we can do tomorrow. Maybe we get this sorted tomorrow. And, well, you know, we could make more clothing. We could try to do that turntable animation in Blender. We could do so many things. We'll figure it out 5 minutes before we go on air. Take care, my friends. And Captain, thank you so much for dropping by. Bye, my friends. I'll see you tomorrow.